Hi guys, welcome. It's been about a week now since we launched the Backk Algo indicator, and I just wanted to make this video just to take a few minutes to go over the settings, what you can use the indicator for, how to use it, etc. So once you get the indicator and add it to your chart, this is kind of what you'll see. You'll have levels, you'll have long signals, you'll have short signals, you'll have reversal signals. It'll be in these colors. These are just the nice clean colors that we've decided on, but of course you can change them as you wish. So let me open up the settings here to go over those there real quick. I've broken out into signals, levels, reversals, and any miscellaneous settings down here. So we have your signals. Normal mode will probably be best for majority of the cases, especially for ES and SPY. Normal mode is highly recommended. But if you notice, if you're getting too many signals on normal mode, you can dial it down with comfortable mode. And if you want more signals, you can go to sport mode, and then Ludicrous will give you the most signals. You can also turn the signals on and off. So you can, if you just don't want them on your chart, you can turn off long signals, you can turn off short signals. You know, I like a clean chart, so sometimes I just don't want to see short signals. I just want to see long signals or whichever. But you can also change the colors of those labels as well. And then you can also turn on and off the levels. I don't think I ever do that. The levels are the bread and butter of this indicator. I love these levels. They're extremely accurate. And I don't really recommend turning them off, but you can if you want to. And you can also set how many sets of levels there are. So for 2, there are 2 sets of levels. You can dial those up or down. I recommend having 2 sets. 2 sets have worked best for me, since those are usually the most current active levels that the price action's around. But the more you add, the more cluttery it gets. And like I said, I like a clean chart. If a lot of you want more than 5 sets, let me know. We can always add more to this field, but I recommend 2 or 3 is probably the perfect amount. And you can also change the color of those levels as well. We also have bullish and bearish reversal signals. That just kind of gives you an indicator of whether a stock is reversing in either direction. Not to say that they're good for entries, but more so just as an indicator of, hey, you might be reversing here, on or up or down. I actually like to use them in higher time frames, but of course they work on lower time frames as well. And I'll show you that in a minute here, what they look like in higher time frames. And then we have your SMA, and then we have Wilders, and then this sort of just turns on and off the filling in of those 2. I used to not love these clouds, but after setting them up with these colors and transparency, I seem to like them a lot more. It looks super clean and it's not too distracting. If you do want to change the transparency or colors of them, you can actually go to the Style tab, and then you can change them in here as well. And you can also change the color of the SMA line and the color of the Wilders line as well. And then for the label size, I like them extra small because, like I said, I like a clean chart. So, but if you want to up the sizes, you can go to default, which I believe is like a normal size. I might just rename this. And then there's like a small and then an even larger size as well. The levels, as you can see, are really well respected, especially if you see 2 pinch levels here. Usually a big move is about to happen in either direction. But these levels generate on their own, and I just went to a random date here. It's like November 25th. So if I click play on this, you'll see the levels start to move around. And I think I looked back at a couple recordings I did. The levels for some reason are gray on this video, so ignore that. They're actually purple and teal. They just show gray for some reason on a screen recording, so don't worry about that too much. All right, well, there's those levels. So let's go over the signals a little bit. If you want to be alerted of these signals and reversal signals, it's actually pretty cool. If you go up to the alert button here, I guess I gotta go to current date. All right, so if we go to current date, which is looks like Friday the 20th, you hit the alert button and go to condition and make sure you select layback algo indicator. You can select to be alerted on a long signal, short signal, bullish or bearish reversals. So you could select any of those. So let's say I want to create an alert on long signals. I highly recommend you do once per bar close, or once per bar, but once per bar close is ideal. Once per minute you might get spammed depending on your time frame. So let's say there's a long alert right here. You'll get alerted every minute during that candle whenever it breaks over that level, which is not ideal. So once per bar close is perfect. Set your alert name, and then you can then create, you could type in whatever message you want here. So you can type in ES long signal or something like that, and then go over to notifications. I've got a webhook set, but you can set push notified in the app. You can you can have it send you an email. You can have it send as a plain text. I think they could send like a text message to yourself. So you can be notified in various ways, and this works for any ticker, by the way. So if I switch over to Tesla, as you can see here, we had a short signal on the 17th. And then we got a gap down, and then we had a long signal on the 18th that morning, and then we got a rip. And then we had a short signal. I think this is actually right before FOMC, which is kind of wild to see we had a short signal there. And then, of course, we all know what happened during the December FOMC. So if you can go here, let me get out of replay mode yet again. You can go to alert. You can create a select layback algo indicator and once per bar close. You can create your signal alerts off here and have it push notify you, send you a text, send you an email, whichever. So as you can see, it works on any ticker. So going over to Tesla, this is just current day. We have those short with those longs, and then what was interesting was at the end of the day, Friday, we had a long signal here, which didn't really work out too well, but then we had a short signal, which then we saw there's a huge dump, right to, of course, 420. These indicators are based off of these levels, so they are based on the concepts of a failed breakout and failed breakdown. So we have a failed breakdown here of this level, which is what, assuming there was a level down here if we did a replay, which is what triggered this long signal. And then so we gapped down, it failed to keep dumping. Once it reclaimed that level, it triggered a long signal, which then continued the run a little bit here on Tesla. So I just want to show you these reversal signals a little bit on a higher time frame. So if we go to SPY and we go to the daily chart, I've got both bearish and bullish. So it's very interesting. So it kind of gives you a trend. So we actually had a reversal signal here on December 9th. And then it seems like I've caught a lot of the gap downs. Obviously, being on a daily chart, a little harder to trade off of, since especially here, right? So this reversal signal happened on the close of the day, but then the gap down had already happened the next day. But it just shows you, we can go down to like a 4-hour chart, and you can see roughly. Gives you a good indication of a trend the trend might be reversing. It's not perfect, obviously. They're just a reversal signal, but it just gives you a good indication, especially if you have the alerts on. You can get a good early indication of whether or not the ticker that you're looking at is going to be reversing or not. We can look at a couple other tickers if you'd like. So. Let's switch over to NVIDIA. You can see on NVIDIA on December 19th, we had a short signal near the end of the day. Then we had a little gap down, and then on Friday we had a long signal once it reclaimed these levels that we had a big rip there. So something else to note that we always say is if you have two levels that are very tight, usually once it breaks up and over or down and under, there's usually a big move that happens. So just keep an eye on for that as well when you're looking at these levels. Just to go over some other settings, I usually have extended session off. We've played around with extended session on and off, and it seems like extended session off seems to be the most accurate, since you can't really, I mean you can, but a lot of us play options on these tickers, so you can't really buy or sell options pre-market or after hours. I think that's all that I had to cover. If you guys want anything else covered, just let me know. If there's any updates, there are major updates, I'll make another video for that as well. But if you guys want to see anything else, have any questions, just let me know. And yeah, if you want to sign up for the indicator, there's a link to WAP either in the description, or if you're in the Discord, it's in the announcement channel. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.